Here are 8 simple and very doable tips that are going to help you keep your weight in check during holidays, with the 6th one probably being the most important one. Let's get into it. Number 1, prioritize eating protein and healthy fats. Protein keeps you fuller longer, so do healthy fats. And if you're active, protein helps you maintain muscle mass, which is the key for metabolism, especially during holidays. But what most people do is they skip on protein and they eat unhealthy fats along with carbs. It's those simple carbs that are pastas, sugars, candies, breads, pastries. Those are the kinds of food that spike our insulin, drop it, and then we have cravings again. This is why when you eat a large meal before bedtime, you wake up starving. It's because you had an insulin spike and crash throughout the night. And obviously, that's what we want to avoid. So when you eat more protein and healthy fats, this will help you indulge into some of those holiday treats without overdoing it because you'll already feel full. It's worth mentioning that the quality of meat matters, so do your best to go local and to know where your meat is coming from. When it comes to healthier snacks that are packed with protein and healthy fats, please don't fall for the protein bars. You always want to look for ingredients. Most of the protein bars are just full of crap. My favorite protein-packed snack is something like an Epic bar. I don't know if you know about those, but they're just meat bars, basically. And if you're interested to learn more about them, I'll leave the link below so you can read up on them. Number 2, stay properly hydrated. For one, most people are walking around completely dehydrated because they are drinking their calories or just not drinking enough water. For 2, even if you're drinking water, you want to make sure that it has electrolytes and really all of the minerals that water is supposed to have. You want to aim for 1 to 2 extra glasses of whatever you're drinking right now so that way you start drinking more water. Another quick way to add minerals is to add a pinch of sea salt, real sea salt, into your water when you're drinking it. And no, it doesn't change the taste if you just add a pinch. And I will mention here too that the bottle that you use really matters. My clients cannot believe what kind of a difference this makes when we really figure out what is it that we like. Do you like using a straw or not? Do you like a bigger bottle, a longer bottle? Do you like a bottle with a handle? Do you like a bottle that you can grab in your hand? Do you like stainless steel? Do you like glass? Please stay away from plastic. So when you take that initial time and determine which bottle you want and you get it, you are more likely to drink more water. Number 3 is portion control. So here's the trick. When you use smaller plates and you fill them up, you feel right about it. You feel like you have the right amount of food. But when you use a larger plate and you put a smaller amount in there, it just looks empty. And psychologically, this has a different effect on us. We want to see the abundance of food because remember, people for millions of years were having to hunt for food. So when we see a plate full of food, it makes us feel good. Here's another rule that I added to myself and now my clients that really works. Allow yourself to go for seconds only after 15 to 20 minutes after you finished the first meal. Oftentimes we eat out of emotions or because we really like something, we're not really thinking about whether we're hungry or not. And if we take time to eat, we will have plenty on that small plate. This goes into mindful eating when you're taking time to eat, enjoying the flavor of every bite, leaving the fork down every time between the bites, and taking your time to enjoy the meal. Test that out and let me know how it works. Number 4, practice fasting. Now, I'm a big fan of fasting and I have a whole playlist here on how to actually do it. But the main thing to remember when it comes to fasting is not allowing yourself the time to be starving. When we're starving, leptin and ghrelin, our hunger hormones kick in and they make us hangry and they make us not want to think about food or mindful eating. What we just inhale food. We just don't want to feel that hunger. So again, we're trying to avoid that. So let's say you're practicing fasting and you're like, I have a big dinner tonight and a big party to go to. I'm going to eat less throughout the day. A little hunger is okay, but you don't want to get to that party starving. You can have that protein or healthy fat snack before you go, something like the Epic bar, or some yogurt and some nuts, just something so that you're not starving. That way you had your period of fasting before you had the feast, and that way you're not showing up when you're just trying to inhale that food without actually enjoying it. Before we get to number 5, I want to remind you, you don't have to navigate through this alone. Struggling to meet your health and weight goals, especially during holidays, can feel overwhelming and we can feel lonely. And it's easy to fall back to the old patterns because when we feel lonely or alone and we don't feel good about that, we're trying to find comfort in food. This is why I want to mention my membership. When you join, I'll help you create a personalized plan that actually works for you through the holidays and after the holidays are done. I'll help you determine what are those subconscious beliefs that have been holding you back and why you have been struggling with weight. And obviously, accountability is a huge part of it. You actually hear from me every day because I know what it feels like to feel frustrated and not to feel good about yourself. Been there, done that. And that's what I'm here to help you with because you deserve to feel your best. I'll leave the details in the description below. Check it out and see if it's right for you. Number 5, be and or stay active. Physical activity is a must. Now, if you're already working out, no big deal. Change up the intensity, frequency, or duration. If you are not someone who's regularly working out, I highly, highly recommend that you start doing that. Even though you're like, Lex, I just don't have time. There's all these things going on. That's okay. We can find 5 to 10 minutes every other day to work out. But physical workout will help balance out those holiday indulgences and reduce stress. Even something as simple as a brisk walk after a meal will help your body digest your food better. And you have plenty of options on YouTube to find from 5-minute to 10-minute to 30-minute to 1-hour workouts. You can do yoga, you can do weights, no weights, you can do body weight exercises. You have plenty of choices just within YouTube. You can just put the music on and dance for 10 minutes. That's a workout right there. Number 6. Now, I can't take credit for this one, but I cannot give credit because I don't remember where I picked it up. But it's don't do 2 bads in a row. Meaning, you skipped a workout, cool. Don't skip 2 workouts in a row. You had 1 very unhealthy meal, cool. Don't have 2 in a row, not one day and then the next day. So you ate too much candy one night. Fine. Just don't do it 2 nights in a row. You see where this is going. This is the way to reduce guilt and shame, to make sure you had your indulgence so you don't feel restricted or deprived, and to make sure that doesn't turn into a bad habit that then gets harder to break. Number 7, limit your liquid calories. Sugary drinks, eggnogs, cocktails, festive lattes, they have a ton of hidden calories. I kid you not, some of these drinks can have 1,000 to even 2,000 calories per drink. That's more than enough for the calories for the whole day. So maybe have one, not 2 in a row, but maybe have one once in a while, and then balance it out with that water that's full of minerals. Same with alcohol. If you're drinking alcohol, switch it up in between every glass of alcohol. Make sure to have a large glass of water. This will help you stay hydrated and will make sure your belly's fuller and you don't have a need for that eggnog or cocktail or whatever it is. And number 8, sleep and stress less. Too much stress and or poor sleep disrupts these hunger hormones such as ghrelin and leptin, which makes us have more cravings and more feelings of hunger. So yes, the hunger that you feel, it's not all real. It can be due to hormonal imbalance. So you want to aim for minimum 8 hours of sleep. Men can get away with about 7 to 8. Women need 8 to 10 hours of sleep to balance those hormones out and to support metabolism, which reduces stress and makes us not gain weight. Because if the body is under stress, it is not going to release the weight because it's not the time to do so. It's going to pack on a few more pounds because you're trying to find the release in stress throughout those sweets. I know. Been there, done that. I know human nature. You also want to create a calming bedtime routine. You want to turn off your screens at least 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. You may want to add an herbal tea such as chamomile or lavender that's going to help you relax. And another thing you can do is watch my videos on how to reduce stress during holidays and best supplements to take to reduce stress.